Okay, this video is called Grocery Store Tips with Dr. Pedi. Pedi is P-E-D-I. He has a YouTube channel called Dr. Pedi Natural Health. He's a naturopathic doctor. And one of the viewers sent me this short video of him going through Costco saying what he would buy or what he would not buy. And it was kind of nice, well done. I'm a lot farther along than he is, though. He's not, I avoid things a lot more than he does. I'm more of a minimalist than he is, but he's still good. For example, he said he would avoid Tide as a laundry detergent because he thinks it's quite allergenic. And I have also remembered in my pediatrics rotation being told that it was quite allergenic by the pediatricians. And what I would say, though, is you don't even need laundry detergent. Just do your laundry in hot water. That's good enough. That's what I do for decades, and it works just fine. He would also, I don't use any laundry detergent. I don't use any of those softeners in the dryer, any of that stuff. It's a bunch of crap, and it'll routinely contain multiple estrogenic chemicals. A lot of laundry detergents have like at least 3 estrogenic chemicals in there. So there's like a soap and a preservative that are estrogenic, and a BPA plastic bottle that's estrogenic, and then the anti-wrinkle stuff in the dryer is also estrogenic. I avoid all that crap. I don't use any of that stuff. You can run the cycle a little longer if you think it's necessary. He also says choose a less toxic dishwasher detergent. My attitude is you don't need a dishwasher detergent. If you don't cook with oils, then it's easy to just rinse stuff off in the sink. For all the starches, the only stuff I cook, I just boil them. That works quite well. He also says air fresheners should be avoided because they're toxic. He says they should never be used. I totally agree with that. Air fresheners are highly toxic. The little bit of stink the person in the bathroom before you made is a minor issue. It's insignificant compared to the toxicity of air fresheners. They go right up the olfactory nerve in the nose, and they go right back towards your brain. And your smell center is right next to your hippocampus, your memory center, and it's a highway to your brain. It's neurotoxic. It's also bad for your lungs. You should avoid those things completely. I've known people who've had refractory asthma that wouldn't go away until they got rid of their scented candles. You never want scented candles. They could contain all kinds of toxic chemicals in them. Toxic to your brain, toxic to your lungs. Forget all that scented stuff. It's all bad. Okay, he says if you buy garbage bags, get the unscented version. Yep, I would totally agree with that. He says the scented version of garbage bags are highly toxic. Yes. He says mouthwash is bad because it interferes with nitric oxide. Yes, that is true. It gets rid of the bacteria on the back of the tongue. Those bacteria are very valuable. They convert the nitrates from plants, NO3, into NO2, nitrites. And then the NO2 goes down to the stomach. And in the stomach, it's converted to nitric oxide. That goes in your blood. You get systemic vasodilation in a good way. That's a good thing. People who use mouthwash or toothpaste with F- wipe out those bacteria, and that can cause high blood pressure. High blood pressure increases risk of atherosclerosis in your heart and your brain, etc. He also says avoid bottled water and avoid plastic cups because you get plastic in yourself. Yeah, I'd agree with that. The best thing to do is just have a water filter at home, like reverse osmosis, and put your water into a glass container. He says that you should always avoid aluminum foil. Yep, I would agree with that. Aluminum is a neurotoxin. You don't want that, okay? It can cause significant brain damage. They even put it in tap water nowadays as a so-called clarifying agent. And then they put F- in the tap water, and they combine and form a complex that traverses the blood-brain barrier and is highly neurotoxic, lowers IQ. They also lower fertility. They're toxic to, little round things like gonads. So who knows? They're probably bad for the eye too. I haven't seen a paper on that. I haven't looked for the paper on that. But usually something that traverses the blood-brain barrier, gonadal barrier, also is damaging to the eyeballs, little round things that have barriers from the blood. You don't really want to use aluminum at all for anything. Okay, next is he talks about, he didn't really talk about A-peel, which is a very important thing when you're going to the grocery store to be aware of. It has been put now on avocados, apples, cucumbers, oranges, lemons, limes, grapefruits, mangoes. And what I would say is, this lady, by the way, at Deep Roots at Home is a nurse who did a great job with her website where she listed all the grocery stores that carry or do not carry A-peel. It also can go by the name of Edapeel or Ganapeel. And it's intrinsically toxic. It's a fungal inhibitor, which is potentially, there's increased risk with fungal inhibitors. Quite often, they are mitochondria inhibitors, but more than that, it contains trans fats. More than that, it has a list of contaminants, and I read the chem data sheets on it. Man, are they bad. You don't want them. Trust me, I would never, never, never eat anything with that stuff on it. Like I said, it can also be called Edapeel or Ganapeel. So anyways, she goes through all the grocery stores and their claims, which ones claim they avoid it, or which ones claim they carry it, or which ones refuse to disclose if they have it or not on their food. So I think that's valuable information. And like I said, I'm surprised what a good job the nurse did with this website, Deep Roots at Home. So anyways, those are some suggestions for going to the grocery store. Good to be a minimalist. I hope this was helpful.